Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am Danielle Romero, and welcome. If you're one of my regulars, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. You know, it means the world to me. Were you kind of shocked with this title? Or are you like, that's not what she normally talks about? Or how? Anyway, if you follow me on social media, you know that I am a lead beauty guide with Limelifebyalcone. And what most of you know is that I was with another company before. And I really don't talk about this. And I don't really talk about why I'm in Limelife by Alcone. You know, I just do tutorials on hair, makeup, skincare, even like kitchen stuff, whatever. Because I kind of keep it light. I don't know. I don't know why. But I figure you should know me or know my reasons. And maybe it's something that you have considered. Maybe you've considered being in Limelifebyalcone, or maybe you've considered starting a side hustle, especially with COVID. Right now it's summer, so things seem a lot better, much more open, but it could change. We know that. Look at how quickly it changed. And many people no longer had a job, or it was greatly reduced, or they didn't feel safe going to work because of COVID. So people look for a side hustle. That's what it's called. I've never called it that. I have been in the skincare and makeup sales business since 2002. So, 19 years. Okay? Limelifebyalcone has not been around that long. Our parent company, Alcone, has. It's been around since the 50s. My previous company, and I'm not even going to say the name because I never want anyone to ever think that I'm talking bad about my previous company. Those of you who know me, like know me, you know which company I was in. And it was nothing. Skincare makeup sales is nothing I ever thought I would do in a bazillion years. I mean, really. I have always been an accountant. I love numbers. I hate math. I hate math. I was never good at math in school, like ever. I retook math grades just to keep my 4.0 because, well, because. But I love numbers. And I have always done accounting type work, everything payable, receivables, reconciliation, payroll, all that sort of stuff. You know, pretty much since I got out of high school. And I still love doing that type of stuff. Even something that's been great in this direct sales business is I've been able to teach women how to keep track of their bookkeeping matters for their business, for their doing their taxes and stuff. And no, I don't do personal income tax. No, I don't. I don't. But if you have questions, I will try to answer them. Anyways, so I was in that secure type of job. You know, that's always what I had done. And I went from, one job to another. All right. And I remember meeting women who were in the company that I joined, so that were in direct sales. And I just thought it was something that older women did who had nothing else to do. Mind you, when I started, I was in my early 30s, right? But that's just what I thought it was. I just thought it was something like stay at home mamas only did, or, you know, wives that didn't have an outside job. I never saw it really as a career in any way, shape, or form at all. Probably because the people I had met, maybe I didn't think of that, or they didn't portray it to me as a career. It was just something they did. And I love makeup. I love skincare. And at that time, being in my early 30s, I was very aware that things were changing in my skin. Having lived my whole adult life in the desert up until 4 years ago, I knew the damage that was being done to my skin because of the sun and because I really liked getting a little tan. Well, not a little tan, a big tan. And I knew I had damaged my skin. And so I thought, I need to start using a regular skincare line. And so when this one was presented to me, I loved it. And I had used it. Most of the makeup that I used came from the makeup counter at Dillard's. So then I started using that makeup line. And I thought, oh, actually, my sister joined. And I thought she was crazy. I even told her, "What are you doing? We don't do that sort of stuff." But she was so excited about it. She told me all about it. And I said, "Well, I'll join. I'll be on your team if I can get a discount." That's all I wanted, was that discount. Because I thought, I might as well. I love a good deal. But I was not going to do it for money. And it was actually, I had already signed up. It had been a couple of months. And then my best friend was in front of my sister's director, my director. But I wasn't, remember, this was not something I was doing as a business. It was just for fun and to support my sister. Okay. And my best friend, Stacy, is like, we could do this. We could do this as a career. We could leave our stressful jobs and have flexibility, be able to do our volunteer work that we were both already doing. We could do this. And I was like, and she's like, we could do it together. It'll be so much fun. I was like, all right. I do not take long to make a decision. Once that was presented to me already by my director and then my best friend, I was like, all right, let's do it. And I moved very fast. The first month I worked it as a business, I earned a car. I did earn a car. Went to earn another car. So I had 2 cars and diamond rings. And I was able to leave my job. To just do that because I felt so torn, and both were very stressful because as a leader in that company, there was a lot of stress. And mainly because when you have big goals, when you have a large team, there could be a lot of stress. And it depends on the team you're on and your goals. I learned so much from that company. I am so sorry. I'm like starting to sweat. I started getting hot flashes. I'm going to use a fan. We're just going to keep this real. I'm not going to edit that out. Y'all can just, hope you can't. This isn't very annoying, this little sound. If it, sorry, just a minute. We're keeping this real, all right? If you know me, there's always going to be little bloopers, and I don't cut them out. I mean, I don't, because it's real. And if I could do this, you can too. So, back to my story. Like I said, I was able to leave my job, and I was actually even a single woman and was able to support myself. I bought a house. But I still continue to have a lot of stress. Now, here, I'm going to tell you something about me. I used to feel like I worked best when I had a ton of things to do, when I was multitasking, when I was stressed. I'm a huge procrastinator. So, huge. So that didn't help. And it actually was affecting my health. And I knew I had to change something. But I loved that industry because I had seen so many women who had been able to leave stressful jobs or been able to stay home with their babies or just to be able to have the life that they wanted. And, there's no glass ceiling in this industry. There isn't. No one's going to tell you how much money you can make. It's completely up to you. If you work, you will get paid. If you don't work, you won't get paid. I have worked this business as a hobby, as a little side hustle, and as a full-time job. And I mean full-time. When my commission checks, I think my highest was $5,000, I worked it as a full-time job. I mean, I know I was spending more than 40 hours a week on it, but I was making a great income. I was able to do that. But I eventually got burnt out. And I had seen how different ones around me were working their business. And I was like, oh, I want to be able to work it like that. It just never happened. But, yeah, I burnt out. And I went back to working full time. And I still did that business just on the side. I loved my customers. I loved the product. Um, I'd use other products, little things once in a while, but, you know, I just never thought they were as effective. And, I wanted to still service my customers. Now, turning the fan off. So, all right, back to where I was. I went back to working full time. And things at that job ended up changing because of the mortgage financial housing situation. I was working for a real estate company, and it was during that really, really difficult time. So I ended up leaving and going back to that business. But I just couldn't get to where I was before. And it's not that company's fault. It was me. I was looking for something different, being able to do something different. And then somebody I had worked with a lot in that previous company, I saw her on Facebook. And this was actually, I was about to move. My husband and I still didn't know where we were moving. We had remodeled our house. We had remodeled 2 houses. There was a lot of stress with that. And I actually, to be honest, I had a lot of health issues, but my doctors didn't know what they were. I have autoimmune, I have Hashimoto, so that's what it kept being blamed on. But I knew something was horribly wrong, it was just not, I knew it was not just Hashimoto's. I went to a couple endocrinologists, and anyway, so during that time, we had sold the house. We were trying to figure out where we were going to move. And I saw Meg do a video on opening her Limelife. It was actually called Limelight by Alcone at the time. Starter kit. And I was like, what in the world? How did she leave this company? I was like, even though I was just servicing my customers, I was doing nothing else but that and my own purchases. I was just shocked because I thought, how could she leave? How? I mean, I felt the same way. I'm like, I could never leave. And I talked to her, and she, had been an esthetician and is very much into the details and individual chemicals in each product. Now, I know I said the word chemical, so people are like, we need chemical free. Water is a chemical, all right? Limelife is free of harsh chemicals, is what I want to say. And she was so excited about these products. And I was like, send me a sample of everything you can. And at that time, the company was just growing so fast. When I signed up, they were out of foundations. So I was already living in my new state by the time I got the foundation. And I didn't tell anyone because my thought was, okay, once we get resettled, I will probably get a part-time accounting job, and I will work this business still on the side. That's what I was just going to continue to do. But I was going to use Limelife products and get them at my discount. Quickly, I realized that is hypocritical. I did. Because I thought, for me, I want to use the cleaner products, but I'm going to still sell products that I no longer was comfortable using. Because in the meantime, I had started to see a naturopath in Washington. I had already seen some in New Mexico. She did an enormous amount of testing, and I had several different issues, one of which was Epstein-Barr. It was active. I had never had mono when I was younger, but here I was in my 40s with mono. I was very sick. So she just told me to go to bed for a few months. And you know what I love is right at that time, I had just really started to work Limelife. And I had had a few parties. It was taking off. And my recruiter, Meg, is like, you need to go to bed. She says, don't worry about your business. Don't worry, because we both had goals for our teams. She says, don't worry about it. Your health is more important. She says, if I can do anything to help, I will. If you're in bed and you feel like doing anything on social media, go for it. If not, she says, you've got to get better. And I appreciated that so, so much. Do you know Limelife actually has a vacation month once a year? You can take a month off and get paid. That is huge. I don't know. I've never heard of that in any other direct sales company, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. That did something to me. And now mind you, before I had moved, I mean shortly, like I said, shortly after I realized how quickly I didn't want to be hypocritical and sell a product I didn't believe in and use something else. I did let my customers that were ordering from me know, and most wanted to be turned over to somebody in that original company, but some wanted to try the new stuff. Many of those that didn't come with me have come now, and actually some are on my team. You know, and if you're watching and you were on my team, I would love to share with you why I love Limelife. You know, if you want to try any of the products, or any of you, if you would love a sample, anything, I would love to introduce you to it, because I know it is still a new company. My previous one had been around since the 60s. Limelife, our parent company Alcone, like I said, has been around since the 50s. It catered to makeup artists. Showgirls went there for their makeup and lashes, and makeup artists have used the products that Alcone sells for decades. And to be able to reward them, to pay them, they went into a direct sales model. And so many in Limelife are professional makeup artists. I am not. But I learned from them, and I have learned so much. And I share that with my people. Now, as I said, I never ever in a million years thought I would leave my original company, but I truly feel at home here. I love how transparent this company is. And while sometimes it can be a little frustrating because it is a newer company and we grow so quickly. I mean, when COVID started, we actually were doubling, like 50% every month. And so we were running out of product because, well, we were selling so much, but also because COVID stuff was so behind. And you know, when you decide, okay, this is how much we need in 6 months, it takes 6 months for it to come, to be made, whatever. So some, you know, with a new company, things like that can happen, especially when you grow so big, but you know, there could be worse problems. It's amazing how fast I have seen some women go. I mean, there have been women that joined after me who were way ahead of me, and I am so excited for them. I am so excited for them. I would love it if my own team members surpassed me. You know, and part of that has been because of my journey. You know, we moved, I was really ill, and then I just recently had to have a surgery. And so the thing that I appreciate about this industry and Limelife is that I am able to go through all those things, and there's nobody on me. There's nobody telling me what I need to be doing, or why, making me feel guilty, or why aren't you doing this, or have to ask time off, or whatever. I have loved that. Now, will I get another accounting job? Maybe. You know, sometimes things change. Sometimes you need that. Some people need that to feel a little secure. Maybe we're not our own best boss. The great thing about Limelife is your own boss. The worst thing, you're your own boss. So it just depends. It truly does. But I just wanted to share why I joined Limelife. In a nutshell, I joined it because of the amazing products. This professional makeup, it's a game changer. I mean, a game changer. Aside from what goes here, I like never touch up my makeup. It's meant to last all day. And it's so pigmented, you use so little that it lasts you a long time. And the price point for products like that is amazing. And the skincare. You know, I had told you I have seen naturopaths, and that was something in my previous company. And this is when I was earning a car, I was told you need to change the products that you put on your skin. I was super, super sensitive to a lot of things food-wise, and she's like, you can't put those things on your skin. It goes into your bloodstream. It's affecting you. She says you may not break out in a rash and notice it, but it's affecting you. And when I moved over to Lime Life, I was able to see what things had gluten in it, what things had. That was pretty much all I was sensitive to with our products. Um, and then there was things I didn't want in my products, like parabens, and we don't have those. So if you're wanting clean products, check us out. If you want to earn some extra money, if you want a new career, check Limelife out. If I can do this business and love it and have fun, and you got to think of my thinking on things as an accountant. I have a different personality than you might think most people who sell skincare and makeup. But I I do like to wear makeup. I like to fix myself up. I like to think that the products I'm using on my skin are helping me not look like I'm in my 50s, but younger. I hope. What do you think? If you have any questions, now please do not put don't be a mean girl or mean guy. I don't want, here's the thing. I know in this industry, there is a stigma. Now, when I joined in the early 2000s, social media wasn't a big thing. It wasn't. I never had that. I mean, of course, yeah, I thought, oh, that's not something I would do. I'm an accountant. But I didn't think negatively. I didn't think, oh, they're like stalkers. Oh, they're crazy. Or, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. It's not. All Lime Life is you go from the manufacturer to you, and I do the order for you. So you don't have to go to a store to go get your products. So, it's a direct sales. Does that make sense? If you look at any financial estimations for the future, so many people, so many organizations, so many people in the know say network marketing is just going to continue to grow. Most people, a lot of people will be in it because it's growing. I mean, it makes me so sad when I see these stores closing, the brick and mortar stores. It makes me so sad because that means people are not working that were there. People that maybe had been there for decades. But there are alternatives. And this is one of them. Maybe you don't love skincare and makeup. Maybe you love cooking. Maybe you love jewelry. Maybe you love candles. Maybe you love wax melts, essential oils, scrapbook stuff. So I don't know. There's so many things that you can do. And you know what? Here's something too I want you to think about. Sometimes people need something just for themselves. Maybe you do have that full-time job that you love. And maybe it provides flexibility or everything that you want. Or you don't need flexibility. But this is a fun thing. Lime Life is a fun thing. It's fun. It's professional. It's helping women accomplish their goals. We have a charity where your purchases in sets support that, and that helps women in impoverished nations to start their own businesses, and not with Lime Life, but their own businesses. And we have teamed up with other organizations that are women-owned that are really important, and things like undergarments for women who are physically limited. It's very difficult to put on traditional women's undergarments when you don't have full use of your legs or your arms. So there's a company that we have helped with that. So there's just many beautiful things about Lime Life, and that is why I am here. Um, I love seeing my customers light up, especially when I'm in person with them and they get to feel the makeup that doesn't feel like they have makeup on, and they're like, look at me. Yeah. And this feels so great on my skin. I love how this smells. I've been using this for a week and my husband's noticed a difference. I love that. And I do enjoy getting recognition. That's something else that we have. I mean, in this whole industry, there's recognition. That was something I didn't know I cared about until I was with my previous company. And I do still enjoy that. Not because I want to be put on a pedestal, but I like to be recognized for the work that I do, or to recognize others for the work that they do. Um, some women join Limelife because they want a tax write off because you have an at home business. There's lots of things that we all pay for that are a business expense. Um, some women join it because they just need a little extra spending money, or maybe you need the whole income. There's so many reasons. All right. You know, I didn't even write down notes. I should have, because this is not a topic that I usually put on here. But I just wanted you to know a little bit more about me, know why I joined Limelife. Those of you who know I was in another company, why in the world I could have left that company. And those of you that are still in there, I see you, I see what you're doing, and I am cheering you on. I am so happy for you, just as I was then. I don't have that attitude now. I have to say, when I left that company, I was unfriended by some people. That hurt my heart. That hurt my heart. There were people who I traveled with, because we had, as a director, there was at least 4 events a year we had to go to in other states. And so there were certain ones I saw all the time, or we would room together. And it broke my heart that they unfriended me. I thought we were friends, but I'm not. I couldn't understand it. I could not understand it. And so it just made me sad. But other than that, I am so thrilled for everybody. I love to support this industry. When I buy candles, I have a Party Light candle woman. I support her. If I need household cooking stuff, I love buying from Pampered Chef, from Tupperware, wax melt, all those things. I love to support women in these industries. And so I have nothing bad to say about any. Now, I skipped that part. I started on the stigma. I'll get that in really quick. The stigma, I think, is because some people in these industries have trained their people with social media to be really, really spammy. That is annoying. I'm going to tell you, it's annoying. I think most companies are starting to realize that has not helped their people in the long run, and so they're changing that. I am so glad from day one in Limelife that is what they have talked to us about. Don't be like that. I love to share the products. I love to share the results. I love to share what they do for me, but I don't want to be spammy. On social media, I truly like to make connections. If I friend somebody, it's because I've looked at their page and I'm like, I like this person. I want to see their stuff. I think they're funny. I think they're inspiring or whatever. If they become a customer, great. If not, I like my feed to be positive on social media. And so if I friend somebody, that's why. So just so you know. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being on my channel. Please like and subscribe. That helps me because that tells me you liked it, that you got some benefit from it, you relate to me, tell others, share me, whatever. All right. Thank you so much